My name is Jessica Yurkovsky and I'm working on TimeSlice, a digital crowdsourced community bulletin board that allows users to submit their own event and activity information in a way that's visually engaging and easy, and then easy for other people to sort of dig through and find what's relevant to them. You walk around and there's these awesome flyers everywhere for these events, and it can be sort of like serendipitous when you see something that's relevant to you. And you know, if it's in time, that's awesome, but often it isn't. And I think the same thing happens with sort of community bulletin boards, where you have this huge variety of like information that's like presented in all these cool ways, and it's just sort of lost. So the idea was, how can we, that's something, that's data, and that should be collected by the library, and how can we streamline that happening? A library might set up its own instance of TimeSlice, which would just be sort of the calendar itself, unpopulated. And then users, you might be walking through Harvard Square and you see a flyer that's design related, and you can take a picture with your iPhone or whatever, and then you email it. So you seed that email with a little bit of basic information, so you can put the date and the time in the subject, and you can sort of hashtag it however you want, and then TimeSlice will automatically grab that image and add it to the calendar, sort of using that information so that other users can filter and search for things. So the idea is that you would have this calendar on display in the library or in the lobby of a building. You can walk into that space, and even if you've never been there before, get a sense of what's going on. So this is primarily image-based. You can use videos, you can use flyers, and it's trying to really use those multimedia items as sort of the core attractor to get people to these events, and that's sort of how the browsing is based. So I think as this very flexible platform, it really relies on users processing information and choosing what to submit, which I think is just a different way of thinking about what we're collecting. Really the core of what makes it unique, I think, is the simplicity of it, and that it's really easy, so it can be adapted for a variety of these different uses. And also, one of my hopes behind it was it can sort of make the idea of what's an event a little bit more flexible. Like, I could be having a great conversation about new urbanism with a bunch of different people, and then we're like, hey, this is an event, like, let's let people know, and we can submit it, and then maybe someone else walks in and is like, oh cool, and comes upstairs and talks to us. I think you can sort of maybe cross some of those interdisciplinary walls that otherwise are a little bit hard.